Hey YouTube, welcome back. Today we continue our series in the system design of WhatsApp. Today we will talk exactly about WebSocket versus HTTP because it will be such an important discussion that you will have to go through with your interviewer. So we said in our high level design that we are going to use WebSockets between our clients and servers. Basically, this should also be a WebSocket because it's a bidirectional communication and it's better in for our systems availability, scalability, and it will provide low latency, and we have many other benefits. So today we will talk about why WhatsApp chooses WebSockets over HTTP, or why any chat system will choose WebSockets over HTTP. So why WhatsApp choose WebSockets over HTTP? So WhatsApp and indeed most modern real-time messaging applications largely choose WebSockets over traditional HTTP for several critical reasons. First, we will talk about the bidirectional nature of WebSocket. So let's say that we have the client and we have the server. Let's talk about an example of HTTP first. Oh no. Oh, why? Uh-huh. So in HTTP, it's a unidirectional communication. The client sends a request, the server sends back a response. So it's a request response protocol. The client sends a request, the server responds back. And then the connection is typically closed. Okay. This means if the server has new data, like an incoming message, it cannot push it to the client immediately. The client would have to constantly pull and physically send requests to check for updates. There are multiple ways to solve this problem with HTTP by using polling and long polling. In the polling, that basically the client will send multiple requests over time. So, for example, the client will send a request every 1 second, basically asking the server, "Do you have anything new?" The server will say, "No." "You have anything new?" The server will say, "No." After whenever the server, or after a time, whenever the server has data, it will send the data back. And basically, we are creating too many requests that basically come back with empty responses, and also we have network overhead. We use our resources in not in the best way possible. It's not practical, to be honest. So also we might also face some sort of latency because we send the requests in every like 2 seconds, for example. So anything happens between these 2 seconds, we're not able to get it. Okay, so for these reasons, we will use something like WebSockets. Basically, what happened in WebSockets? So WebSockets, it's bidirectional communication. WebSocket will provide bidirectional, full duplex communication over a single long-lived connection. Once a WebSocket connection is established, both client and server can send data to each other at any time without any request response cycle. This is the fundamental requirement for real-time chat applications. When someone sends you a message, the server can immediately push it to your device without you having to ask for it at all. Also, WebSockets provide low latency. Like after an initial HTTP handshake to upgrade the connection, the WebSocket connection remains open. This eliminates the overhead of repeatedly establishing connections and sending redundant headers for every message, resulting in significantly lower latency and faster message delivery. Also, the WebSocket will provide a lot of it will reduce basically overhead. Like once the connection is established, subsequent messages sent over the WebSocket frame have much smaller overhead, typically just a few bytes of for framing. This makes them highly efficient for sending requests, small payloads like chat messages. And also, it's a persistent connection. Like maintain a stateful, persistent connection between the client and the server. This allows the server to know which client is connected and where, enabling efficient routing of messages to the correct online users. So if we want our high level design, we will use here WebSocket connections because of several reasons. First, we provide low latency. We have bidirectional communication, so whenever the server has a new message or a new data to the client, it can send it directly we reduce overhead, okay, because we don't have to create a connection each time. Basically, once the connection is established, it will remain there. um, um, and uh, and yeah, and it's the better communication for real-time updates and real-time applications. So yeah, that's it. It was a quick small video to talk about this tiny thing, but yeah, I believe that it's a pretty important topic, and it should be it should be its own, it should be this topic should be its in its own video. So that's it for this video, and see you in the future.